Okay, guys, today we are looking at the rate of change from a table. Okay, so recall that change is new value and old value. Okay, we have a new value, we had an old value. The rate of change is delta y over delta x. Okay, this delta, all that means in math, it's a Greek letter. Okay, all it means in math is change in y over change in x. Okay, delta y over delta x. These things are the exact same thing. Okay, change in y over change in x. Okay, or we can also call it y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. The reason this also works is because if we take our new value and subtract our old value, okay, that gives us our change in these y values. Same thing with the x. If we take our new value, x2, minus our old value, x1, right, new value minus old value, okay, we can get our change in x as well. X2, new, right? Usually are newer versions of things. For instance, the iPhone 15 just came out, right? iPhone 15, they don't count backwards. The higher number, the newer it is, right? X2 minus X1. The iPhone 15 is newer than the iPhone 1, okay? X2 minus X1. Make sense? Okay, so when we look at calculating the rate of change for each function represented below, okay, we're going to be looking at these tables. Okay, tables are going to have an x value, an x row or x column, doesn't matter if they're vertical or horizontal, and a j of x or y value or column. Okay, j of x, f of x, g of x, those are all the same thing as y. Okay, so we're trying to find the rate of change for each function. Okay, so for instance, for our change in y, our first thing, right, m represents our rate of change, our slope. Okay, change of y, 0 to 24 is plus 24. 0 to 2 is plus 2. Okay, so I get 24 over 2, which is 12. Now this miles per gallon part's important, right? We do a lot of things in this world with something per something, our rates, our rate of change, right? Miles per hour, miles per gallon, dollars per hour, right? When you look at how you're getting paid in the future, okay? 12 miles per gallon, okay? So miles is our Y unit, gallon is our X unit. Miles per kind of represents that fraction bar, gallon, miles per gallon, okay? 12 miles per gallon. So when we look at this first example here, okay, I have x is representing hours and j of x is representing degrees Celsius, okay? So when we look at the first thing here, from 6 to 18, right, this is my y column. Again, like I said, it didn't matter if it was horizontal or vertical. This is my y stuff. To get from 6 to 18, it's plus 12. Okay? Get from 12 to negative 4, it's negative 16. Okay, so my change in y is 12. My change in x is negative 16. 12 over negative 16 is my rate of change. If I look at my rate of change and see if I can reduce this fraction, hopefully everyone's saying, yes, we absolutely can. Okay, if I reduce this fraction, 12 over negative 16, we get negative 3 over 4 degrees per hour, right? My y unit is degrees Celsius, to be specific. Per represents that fraction bar. Hour, which is my x unit, okay? Negative 3 over 4 degrees per hour, okay? Negative 3/4 degrees per hour. Okay, we find our change in y, we put it over our change in x, and that's our rate of change. Okay, for this one, x is in hours, j of x. Our y is in dollars, okay? To get from 350 to 325, it's negative 25, okay? If I'm going to pick these two to find the change in, okay, for my table, I need to pick the same two that go with those two. Okay, I can't pick these two. I can't pick these two. I have to pick the same two. If I go from 350 to 325, I have to pick 10 to 9. Okay, I can't pick 3 to 7 or 7 to 10. Okay, pick the same two. Okay, so I have 350 to 325 is minus 25, and 10 to 9 is minus 1. So negative 25 over negative 1, which of course we know a negative over a negative gives me a positive. Now take a second and think what you think my unit is going to be here. 25 blank. Hopefully we said dollars per hour, right? My Y unit is dollars. My X unit is hour. $25 per hour. Okay. For this one, here's my X column. It's in days. Here's my Y column. It's in feet. Okay, so my j of x, to get from 8 to 8 is 0. Okay, but to get from negative 5 to 2 is plus 7. So my change in y is 0 over 7. Well, what does 0 over 7 equal? Hopefully all of us are saying 0, right? I would have 0 feet per day. So this would be like a problem asking me, who's gone through my growth spurts, right, and is a grown adult, how much do you grow a day? Well, 0 feet per day, 0 inches per day, right? I'm not growing. Hopefully I'm not shrinking, but I'm not growing either, right? Okay, so 0 feet per day. 0 is my change in y. 7 is my change in days, okay? 0 over 7, 0. Okay, and that is it for today, guys. That is finding the rate of change through a table.